This is Zhoushan, Zhejiang, the place with the most islands in China. Its coastline is so complex and rugged. Strange stone forest. So how long is it? You may think that in today's advanced technology, it is not difficult to measure the length of a line, but actually, the coastline in front of you is actually the beginning of the problem is very simple. How long is the coastline of this island? Some students want to say, then take a ruler and measure it. Let's say we pull out a kilometer-long ruler, aim at the edge. Well, it's very imprecise at first glance. Measured out on the coast, he's about 5.42 kilometers. At this point, you must be thinking about changing to a smaller ruler. The structure is more accurate. Take out a 500-meter ruler and measure it. Indeed, more like the island. The measured length of the coastline becomes 6.93 kilometers. Much bigger than before. Try another 200 meters. The one on the right is bigger. This time it measured 8.62 kilometers. You must think that as long as the ruler we use is smaller, the more accurate the stroke. The closer you get to the true sweat gland length. But I tried. The smaller the ruler, you don't know how to use. The sweat glands are getting longer and longer. I used this little triangle ruler to dry here for 3 days and 3 nights. The measured content line length is 120.87 kilometers. Which ruler did you use to measure the number? Is it the real content line length? The answer is unexpected. None of them are. This is what we learned in 2nd grade. Coastline back theory. He told us, it's a natural frontier, a coastline. There is no clear objective length. Its length. It really depends on how long a ruler you use. The side blanket is simply the principle of inaccuracy. But this is weird. The length of Zhoushan's coastline does not depend on Zhoushan. It must be that the direct cut is not accurate enough. Break it up into small sections. A little bit adds up. I will definitely receive the real length in the end. That's the problem. You can't do it. The length of a line segment. You can measure it directly with a ruler. What about the circumference of a circle? You can't measure directly with a ruler, but we can do it one by one. Approach the circle. Finally add up their lengths. You can get the circumference of the circle. That's the power of calculus. Draw a smooth curve. You can get its length in this way. But the coastline is not like them. It's an infinite amount of detail. When you look at the whole island, the big bay is clear. Zoom in a little bit. Little bay over and over again. When you come to the beach, the contours of these large stones also had to be taken into account. The shape of these small stones, it's also part of the coastline. The more accurately you want to measure the coastline, it will emerge. The more coastlines that were previously ignored. Don't you fry the length if you keep measuring. Like in this paper, choose a different ruler. Chinese coastline can measure various lengths from 5,000 to 15,000 kilometers. It is more than 18,000 kilometers of mainland coastline. The infinite complexity of the coastline, smooth curves everywhere, theoretically infinitely long. If you can add 5 centimeters anywhere, where would you like to stand? I want to add